So welcome, everybody. Oh, yes, safe harbor. What an amazing keynote. I think I was actually trying to follow along on social media. I don't know how many of you are active that way, but there was my favorite tweet from this keynote was this one. I just lost it here. It was interesting. Where is it here? Where it speaks a lot about Lou. And Lou Cerny is someone who I actually have actually known since high school. We played volleyball together in the 9th grade. He was a good setter, couldn't really get up and spike, but even in high school, he was coding. He was actually ended up wiring the whole school and helped me with my computer science project. It was on a floppy disk in those days. But really genuine, and I thought this quote really says a lot about him. It says, Lou Cerny is confident without being an overt flogger, super important for geek crowd, applause on new products says it all. So that was my favorite tweet from the keynote. But what I wanted to do in this presentation is just set up a few basic concepts, help you get some guidance for the day, for the conference, and then bring on Gannett to take it to the next level in terms of a customer that's just doing some amazing things with the New Relic platform. So first of all, if you take a step back to 2008, when I think probably only Julian was here at that time, the company's vision, and Lou sort of alluded to this in his keynote, was really to, I'll just read the quote, the goal was, as a company, was simple, to make Rails developers' lives easier and enable their web applications to scale and perform exceptionally well. So it's really all about Ruby, right? Ruby on Rails. And Lou had come from Wiley Technology, he and Jim. Gauthier had done a lot around Java and saw the opportunity around the cloud and around Rails. So it was a pretty focused mission around application performance management. Fast forward to 2014, when the company went public, and the vision became a little grander, if you will. It really became, New Relic goes beyond server monitoring and adds software analytics. So early focus on analytics, on insights, how to actually get at the data and deliver real-time dashboards, real-time alerts to the people who need them most when they need them. And then today, what Lou announced for the first time to all of our customers is this whole concept of bringing it all together in a unified platform. And I think this really speaks to where we want to go, and you saw the Seymour demo that also hits on the power of the platform. But if you start to break down what we're doing with New Relic and what we want to see our customers doing is really being able to monitor that full stack and get visibility across from the customer experience to your applications, to your infrastructure, with unified dashboards and alerts and metrics, all powered by this multi-tenant platform. So that's how we're thinking about it internally. As we build things, we're thinking, how can we make sure all of our products have some of these shared services from a platform perspective, and that's allowing us to innovate at the pace that you've seen in today's presentation. So how does that map back to actual products? So many of you are using Insights, right? This is the dashboarding capabilities that cut across all products. Now you can actually save things to Insights and have them be unified. We have our browser synthetics and mobile products that we group into our customer experience. You saw a lot today in the keynote on mobile. You saw mobile crash analysis as a new set of capabilities there. We talked quite a bit about browser. We didn't talk too much about synthetics, but there's some really powerful capabilities in the synthetics products as well. Application performance management, of course, and now New Relic infrastructure. There are over 500 customers participating in the beta for New Relic infrastructure. We had over 10,000 hosts. So really heavy adoption, heavy utilization in the beta cycle. And now, actually, as I think it was 4 p.m. yesterday, we flipped the switch, and you can go in and actually get started on a 30-day trial. And you can visit newrelic.com/infrastructure to actually go and do that. Or you can send the link back to folks in the home office today and get them to do that while you're here at FutureStack. So I wanted to step back. I had a conversation with Lou before I joined the company, and we started talking about kind of the core principles of New Relic, and he basically summarized it in these 3 bullets. He said, first of all, when we founded New Relic, it was all about the cloud. We wanted to build a cloud-native solution, and people in 2008 were skeptical. right? People said, no way, it has to be all on-prem. Certain industries, that's going to have to be behind the firewall. And he stuck to his guns, in the product team, and committed to the cloud 100%. The second was all about more people, more users actually taking advantage and accessing New Relic. So hopefully you'll come out of this conference and think about, how can I introduce this? How can I introduce dashboards? How can I really, truly make digital team support in my organization and get more people using New Relic? Companies like Adobe have hundreds of users of this service, not just a few power users, which I think is a real differentiation from other technologies in the space. And then analytics first, or finally, analytics first. Making sure we're building that insight, those analytics, into the core of everything we do. And so when you think about introducing New Relic to more people in your organizations, I think this is a simple sort of 3x3 message tree, if you will, to give them what is different about New Relic. It's cloud first, it's people-centric, and really focuses on delivering analytics in real time throughout the organization. So I just wanted to set the stage for this track and give you a few things to think about to hopefully help you get the most out of the platform over the next couple of days. So first of all, remembering these core principles, focus on that team sport metaphor. It's not just a marketing message. It's truly, how can we make digital a team sport in our organizations? How can you collaborate? What are some ways you can share? And how do you eliminate those silos that can easily develop, especially if you have different business units and different lines of business that can spin up cloud technologies quite quickly. So what are the benefits of getting that full stack, that end-to-end that we talked about in the keynote? So the second one is there's a whole track, a whole bunch of sessions specifically on insights, specifically on analytics. And I think that's a great place to start. So are you taking advantage of what's possible today? Are you only looking at New Relic from this application-centric view? Or is there an opportunity to take a much broader perspective, a much more platform-centric view of New Relic and of the technology? I think the baseline alerting capability is going to bring more and more powerful algorithms to the platform, as you saw in Seymour a moment ago. But baseline alerts are actually here today in a limited release. So you can talk to your account team about actually turning that on. And then we're going to be rolling that out to more customers over the next few months and really focusing on this area of how do we get smarter, how do we get more intelligent as a platform. How is this going to help me be more predictive versus just reacting to that moment of truth. And then last but not least, find ways over the next couple of days to truly take advantage of the power of the platform. What can we uniquely deliver because it is a multi-tenant SaaS service? If you have a feature request, it's not going to take you necessarily 18 months to get that into the platform. So if there are some burning things that you need to see in New Relic, this is a great chance to connect directly with product managers, talk to engineers. There's a whole area upstairs where you can go in and interact with these folks and share your feedback on what you'd like to see if there's something missing. So do get out there, do meet as many people as you can on the New Relic team, and then, of course, talk to each other. So as a theme, I think this is kind of true for any conference, but think about how to make more the theme of the next couple of days. How can you not only connect with other New Relic users, but how can you connect with us as an organization, as employees, and really make those connections that are lasting connections. 10 years ago, I had an opportunity to speak at Dreamforce when it was about this size. And so I think it's important, if you guys look around the room, look at the size of this venue, we want to continue to build and grow this ecosystem. We want to see greater adoption. We want to see more people successful benefiting from this platform. Get to know each other, because you guys are the pioneers. You're the ones that are really early into this game, even if you've been using New Relic for a couple of years. I think the journey is just beginning, or even just a couple of months. So look for ways to share best practices. Go up to the speakers after they speak and ask them how did they do it. You're going to hear this amazing story from Gannett, but I'm sure it wasn't easy getting to where they are today when they started their New Relic journey in the not too distant past. So a few specific things I want to leave you with to actually get the most out of today, but also when you get back to your office. I'm going to start with that. So ask your account team if you have account managers. I know many of you are in smaller organizations and you're working with New Relic really online. But ask about our 90-day onboarding programs. We've introduced these to really help you get that initial implementation right and get the adoption early that you need to get on this journey that we think you can go on with New Relic. Visit the New Relic University site, which is learn.newrelic.com. There's a ton of training materials there that are all free. Right? You don't have to go and sign up and pay for these courses. You can just go and point people in your organization to New Relic University. Just some amazing content there. And then finally, we have a pretty active set of forums. And one of the areas we want to continue to build out over the next few months is how do we expand our community and get more engagement in the community. And happy to talk to you more about that if you have feedback, because I think there's a lot more that we can be doing to share and learn online.